as possible.
I feel like that's what they're attempting to go for, right? Like extending the game, forcing it to fall entirely on who pulls off the better macro with the amount of global presence that both of these lineups actually have. They have the Chip and they have the Louis as well. But it's gonna be difficult. Once the team fights break out, Onic Philippines, their lineup just has so many direct answers to what Tlph can actually do.
1-1, Team Liquid Philippines, Onic Philippines, Game 3. Now in the books, casters, take it away.
Thank you very much, panel, for breaking it down. And we're going to find out once we jump into the Land of Dawn. It's Game 3 here. And who's going to get the upper hand in the series?
In the finals of the playoffs, I'm glad that even this late into Onyx Season 15 run, they seem to have that roamer game changer every single time.
Yeah. One of the best things that you can do in this draft and why it's been so demanding for roamers and EXP laners is to be flexible and have so many options for you. Oheb and Kelra, wow, right out of the gate, understand this matchup so well. Both bring each other to the limit. Regen's already popped for both.
I like how that is in the gold lane, you know? Like,
yeah.
I like that when you watch some of the best gold laners right now. Oh, hold on, Brusco.
Coming in, forcing a wings by wings from Sanji. Kirk almost caught him.
Yeah, he was there. He got the Purify out too, so... You know, that's one thing about the Kufra. Kufra didn't pop up. What, he pop up maybe 2 or 3 times during the regular season, but typically it's such a niche pick into a composition. And you already, oh, hold on again.
Another jump in, point blank. JP forced the flicker away. Onic put pedal to the metal already, not even 2 minutes in.
It's a whole lot of value, Renmar.
Yeah, that's going to be a preview of what could happen to Team Liquid Philippines for the next 6 to 8 minutes of this game. As Onic can just continue to invade, check shrubs, poke down JP, poke down Sanji, and just make farming a living hell for Carl TZ. See, King Kong and Kirk are going to be contesting this, although there are 3 members of Liquid that could assist the Young Goat.
Yeah, they're going to fight for that one. Just a little stare down for some extra XP, and it'll go to King Kong. So now again, a jump for Brusco.
One more time. Brusco checking range, keeping him down, bouncing ball. Story of Soul's time. The bouncing ball feels like an ult that isn't an ult.
Yeah, just so good. Blocks dashes. And by the way, for those who remember, that used to block Flicker.
Now it doesn't. Brusco charging up that rage. Instead it's King Kong jumping in first, getting that taunt onto Sanford. Sanford looking for that grab, finds it. Like a final blow dropped in by Kirk already. Oh, Turtle at a 10th of its health. Who's gonna get it? Carl TZ secures with retribution. Down goes the Sigma jungler.
King Kong goes down and the turtle gets taken for Tlph. That was a fight for them.
Incredible resilience by Team Liquid. Eventually, once that shield was secured by Carl TZ, that meant Team Liquid could fight just a little bit longer so that they would walk out with the win with the turtle and a kill onto King Kong. That is not how the fight... Onic didn't expect the fight to go that way. Clearly, it really looked like I thought they were going to win, but the presence of the glue, Sanford, again, this broken hero turned busted, became a huge X factor in that last one.
Yeah, he's just been an X factor the entire season, the entire playoffs here.
There is an unexpected amount of damage from Liquid's lineup. Again, you're looking at it, sure, there's a lot of Sanford setup, there's a lot of JP setup across the map, but on-demand damage, it's so much easier for Liquid to dish out.
Yeah, and it's on-demand magic damage early on in the game too, which even though you know how tanky a Fredrin is, Kufra is tanky as well, especially with the right emblem set, magic damage early on in the game makes any tanky presence cry.
That's why that Farsa has been such a big pick for a lot of the teams here throughout the playoffs, and even back in the regular season, the damage pressure early on is great, but then it also allows you to have a really good damage profile throughout the game, because then eventually, you know, then you have the Granger online, and we know how well he's done so far. Overall, diversion, gonna go ahead and send him down to the other half.
Sanji read the situation wrong! Feathered airstrike into the wrong brush and gets caught by Onic.
Onic knew where the Farsa was, and it was an easy diversion and gank. Oheb's going to be pushing the top side though, but he needs to back on out of there. JP has read where King Kong is. Liquid though, Might actually be in a slightly better position for this turtle. Sanji will be able to come back on time. King Kong and Onic still want to get resources away from the Joy.
Sanji literally making like the farce like he was blinded.
Yeah.
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed, trying to flap away and wouldn't be able to. Still in the mid lane, they're going to hold it down. The turtle is up here. Oh, see how they play this out. Everyone, Tlph, got some information on his own. He's going to wait for this one. Again, this is where we start to see a lot of... Oh, hold on, Tlph.
Kirk spending that petrify. Sanji answering
JP?
back in kind. Better dare strike. Here comes the shortcut. Sanford takes down Kirk. He lets a man down for the super fam.
Looks like he was jebaited by Tlph, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's just hanging out on that side of the jungle. And then I was going to say, before that actually happened, was JP is just come on in, shortcut down, and you're fine. Look at gold lane right now. Little 1v1.
Oh, wow. Kelra's
Up
in
there?
too
Oh,
deep.
under
Crossing
tower.
over through that tier 1. Oh, I'm looking to take him down, but no! Kelra, the Filipino savage. That's why they call him that, is he would pull out the most savage plays. I'm glad we caught at least a tail end of that sequence.
The shield was the difference maker. Of course, a little bit of that impure rage as well on him. Oheb outplayed. He tried as he could, but at the end of the day, there's very little you can do against a hero kit that gives shields when it dashes.
Bro crossed a turret.
He did.
And still won the 1v1.
He cut it in and then made it happen. I'm so glad we had the opening sequence of our grand finals with both of them staring each other down in front of the Immortal Cup, because that's the gold lane. When you put Kelra and Oheb there in a matchup, that's exactly what it seems like. And this is interesting too. You've got the matchup here, and it favors the Grangers slightly. I mean, they've seen 64 games. This is basically the gold lane throughout Season 15.
Yeah.
I mean, it caused a lot of discussion out there.
Might even be for even before Season 15.
Oh, that's true.
The past 6 months.
So this is the new Fred Baksha, huh?
Yeah.
with Fred Baksha still in the game.
Like, yeah.
Except it's a little bit more exciting version of the Fred Baksha. There's actually damage and the duels you can see now, just two beefy dudes
Staring at each other.
slapping each other with wet tissues.
It's good sometimes.
That can be fun sometimes, but like not all the time. Okay.
Only on Tuesdays. All right.
Okay, all right. Team Liquid Philippines, shame for them they weren't able to get a tower up top. Onic sent Kelra very quickly to the bottom lane to equalize the tower and minion pressure there. Liquid now won't be able to push this as JP will get the info that Brusco is nearby.
charge up.
Yeah, he'll be able to see Super Prince and Kelra. So now Liquid will have to try to get a macro win elsewhere first. I feel like if they go into the next objective without breaking at least one tower down first, that's going to be quite risky because they'll be losing the macro battle. Again, it's a low ether up again.
Oh, Sanford spots it, but only for a second because Onic does the same play, taking out the other half of the Santan duo. Now Sanji answers back, forced to use the Purify, wings by wings out, cutting
Kelra.
through the Liquid lineup. Oh, my lord, is Kirk, but he can't save Kelra. Kelra's down. Tlph running away. Kirk and Bruce go on his tails. Oh, having JP coming through.
Oh, he can't get the taunt. He's not able to get it, and JP will survive, so he burned the flicker. But an interesting fight, and now the Turtle's up here, last one of the game.
All the more worth it. Now the Turtle up next. Onic blitzing it. Not a nary thing Liquid could do here. JP just sees the Turtle go over to Onic.
Great sequence by Onic. Philippines started off again by the diversion of Super Friends. Team Liquid's map feels small. They do have a gold lead here, a very slight one. So they still have that to hold on to. But we see here again the presence of the Benedetta canceled Sanji very quickly. Although it was King Kong that initially canceled the Feathered Airstrike, it was Kirk that sent Sanji flying way out of position out of that fight to even deal basic attack damage.
It's interesting how many times that we've seen Onic go ahead and set that up and, in the mid lane and put that pressure that way here. I think Kirk, now that he has a Malefic Roar, and if he's able to go ahead and land, even the Petrify combination, could set things really up for Onic Philippines in the next big fight, which is now the Lord, now that these turtles are gone. So that's something that Tlph will have to deal with. Sanford, as tanky as the glue is and everything else, we saw how overloaded that damage can be on him, especially with the crowd control included with a Fredrin there and the Kufra.
And also mainly it's because he didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it was like a blink of an eye.
The third time that Onic did that, where they just diverted randomly into one of the two river brushes.
Yeah, which was the last game. That's how they got Oheb earlier, so they got to watch out for that.
Yeah, and so far we haven't seen that one big shortcut play that would make Onic fold.
Maybe this one is it? Oh, huge! King Kong welcomes that alongside Brusco, and it seems like Liquid did not see that kind of response coming through. Kirk, 1v1 with Oheb. Oheb outplays Kirk. Some semblance of retribution from the cavalry. Here comes the diversion. Oheb smells something.
He's like, oh yeah, wait, there's a Louis over there. I better not go here.
Yeah, he felt it in the wind, probably saw the grass move just a little bit. It's like, no, not my time.
No, that's not it. But man, talk about a play up top, you know, and you think it's a great counter initiation when the shortcuts drop down, having that Kufra and even King Kong there available. So that's something, like I was saying before that broke out, you got to watch out for if you're TLPH. How's things looking real quick before this next Lord take?
All right, very close in the gold for the 2 gold laners. Already on the way to the Holy Crystal for Kelra, for Oheb already up to his core items. I believe it's either a Sea Halberd or a BOD. We might be seeing BOD most likely, but I'd want to see him consider the Sea Halberd considering their shields that he really needs to help reduce on the side of Onic Philippines.
Okay, going back to this JP. Oh, scouting things on out.
Oh, by the way, we've been used to seeing the tanky Benedetta for so long. This is actually a pure damage Benedetta on the hands of Kirk. He's gone Hunter Strike, Malefic Roar.
Yep.
And this is mainly to punish Liquid's less than sturdy lineup. Because again, that thing that JP tried to do, again, answer in kind with the shortcut, it's not going to work 8 out of 10 times. And now, Liquid are looking at Onic burst down this Lord and a quick knock-up, and it's still JP who falls. Oheb does get a double kill. Kirk and Brusco fall. Now it's Sanford holding the ground here.
Carl.
Front line diversion play. Where is Prince going? Prince goes back to mid. King Kong gets taken out. Oheb gets his 3rd kill.
That was, oh, Carl Tease is going under the turret. Oh,
Prince.
not able to get Prince.
Saw his life flash before his very eyes. Liquid, this is not a time to fight. They have to defend against the Lord.
Way too close there. If Carl got that kill, it could have been insane, but Liquid still gets the win in the fight. They lost the Lord, but they'll be able to stop it. As you look back here, Brusco went in first, immobilized by Sanford. JP, I set on the Lord. King Kong got it, he got knocked up, Brusco, but then Carl Teasy's late entry as he was coming from the bottom lane, distracted by Kirk. Kirk eventually joined the fight, but was taken down relatively quickly by Team Liquid.
So ultimately, that Lord really didn't get Onic Philippines anything, right? I mean, there was a distraction there, might have gotten them a little bit of, obviously, gold there to work with, but ultimately, we look across here on the lanes, it's pretty much even, right? Because we can't factor in the Fredrin versus the Joy in terms of that gold, but overall, it's still kind of at this equilibrium between the two teams. Yeah, there's a minor gold lead for TLPH, but you're seeing how these fights are breaking out and playing out.
Still problematic how Liquid can't pick a full frontal fight against Onic. Whenever there is a jump or a dash in from Onic, Liquid have to scramble.
Yeah.
That is their only response.
Somehow, some way, Liquid need to get Super Friends. They need to get a jump on this low Yi, but how do you when you are going up against a hero that's designed to get the jump on everyone else? Because of the draft of Onic Philippines, they've completely shut down any massive shortcut play by JP, unless it's going to come super late into the fight just to bring in a super late entry Carl Teasy. But as we've seen, JP can't even initiate with a shortcut because what? He'll just be putting his team in danger under the Electo final blow.
Yep.
Brusco can just knock him up with a revenge into the rage combo stun if they're up next to a wall. Even the bouncing ball, the ultimate that's not an ultimate, can block them from getting away. It's difficult for a chip. And again, Onic have drafted this so well that they've shut the key hero of Liquid down.
That's why I think you got to shift the focus. Yeah, JP is going to have to do that, but it might even be up to Carl Teasy in a way to go and, you know, cause enough havoc in the backline on a Joy just because he is so mobile that he might have to put pressure that way to allow JP to be able to utilize a shortcut and not just get caught out against it.
And that might be the best way to use said shortcut, is have JP go the long way around, use a Y-Walk portal, flicker into one or the other, you know, Kelra or Super Prince, and then go from there. That's it. But it sounds easier said than done because it is, but that's one of Liquid's options.
Yeah, but it looks like for Liquid, they're just trying to play catch-up in terms of map control. Easy push up top. It was just heralded by Kirk. He has 3 deaths, but he's been opening up the map, has been forcing reactions out of Liquid. Now with the Lord spawn, King Kong holds it. How will Liquid deal with this?
Right now, King Kong will hold the Lord. This is one of the things we always talk about when the Benedetta was in play so often before, is that pressure you can put on the map. So they'll have to keep Tlph dealing with that. They're actually going to go 1v1.
Whoa! Tlph gets it! Kirk gets popped, and that's the go signal. JP gets the conceal. Lord gets soft reset here. King Kong doesn't want his job undone. He spent the past 30 seconds working on it. And because of the man lacking, Onic are now second guessing.
Yeah. They are playing around the tanky jungler though, so Onic can afford it if ever Team Liquid decide to rush. Conceal play into the mid, they see Sanji.
Oh, they want Sanji right now, but the mid lane's still going to be held down.
Feathered airstrike coming in, forcing Brusco to get that bouncing ball. They pull that Salmon Force out of Keller. The shortcut been dropped by JP. Diversion play into that bush. Down below from the south, Tlph pushed out of that pit. Oh! The grab on Sanford finds the perfect target. Down goes Kelra, and the Lord wears Liquid's jersey.
Onic decided to split that fight, and it costed them. Sanford, clutch, able to get the grab on the Harith, meant Team Liquid can now begin the slow trollop to a stampede. 3,000 is their gold lead. Divine Glaive, Blood Wings, Holy Crystal, and the Starlium Scythe already for this joy. Already up to a concentrated energy for Kelra. That's something that Liquid needs to watch out for. Oheb full built as well in terms of their frontliners. The Benedetta still going full damage. Has the Bloodlust, Endless Battle, excuse me.
There you go.
It's been a while, it's been a while.
Gentlemen, what I tell you, it's going to take a long while for Liquid to get a win. It was a 3-step, 4-step kind of fight.
Yeah.
They cannot shock Onic in submission. They have to be very methodical about this.
There's a conceal. JP was using, he flickers forward.
Whoop. Finds it on the Kelra,
like
dropping the rest of the cavalry on it, pays the iron price. Down goes Tlph. You can't do that, not twice in a row, not like this.
Was that just off timing, or like, I mean, they were deep under the second turret.
They crossed 2 turrets, Joseph.
Yeah, that was way too greedy. I thought that'd be okay, but once I saw that second turret was still there, it's like, nope. JP, there's been a reason why you've been so hesitant and disciplined in using your shortcut.
Yeah.
Because of things like that, so...
This is interesting. I mean, this is a literally thumbs up, guys, let's do this moment.
Yeah.
Like, jumps on in.
It's a big oopsie.
Leroy's into under the turret, and they just get obliterated. Like, you still, even though with a lead, you still got to respect what Onic Philippines has.
I hate to point it out, in the player cams, when that moment happened, you could almost see Oheb vocally saying, y'all shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Well, what does that bring us? Back to this. It's even Stevens across the board.
They lost their lead.
They lost the lead. They had, what, almost a 4K lead?
2 freebies. Again, they had no business being down there that deep.
Yeah, Liquid need to recover somehow. That was just emotional damage at the end of the day.
It's the equivalent of slipping on a banana peel.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I just got out of the gym, I'm jacked. No! So, where is it going to come from? It's definitely not going to be coming from a shortcut again.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Oh,
Again, we
look at
did say-
this.
Oh,
Lord advantage.
Look at
goal
the Lord
difference.
advantage.
yeah, they lost gold on
They
that.
lost gold on that. Like, seeing that negative, that's not good.
Let's get a big push in. Nope. Okay, damage dealt, 40,000 almost there for Kelra. Same goes for Tlph and Oheb. So Team Liquid Philippines are winning in the damage department thus so far. We have seen, though, as long as a fight somehow gets split, it's good for Liquid. But when it's a full 5v5 slow front to back, weirdly enough, it's Onic that actually wins that. So if Liquid can find a way to split the fight, because again, the last fight that was split, it wasn't because of their own doing. It was Onic who decided to take that movement instead.
Yep, the reverse collapse.
Yeah.
Onic tried to pull something out of it, but and again, just spread out these sponges that Onic had, and that allowed Liquid to decimate them. Now, the dance begins. Again, Onic still at the lead. JP spots it. Sanford nearby. Conceal play.
Conceal's going to be used again. Sanford will give the information. JP trying to swing around. Meanwhile, Tlph managing the bottom. They're going to have to fight.
Dropping that shortcut. Can they clutch it? Go! Easy scores! Retribution! JP gets popped by Kelra. Sanford follows through. Trade up for Kirk. Down goes Carl. 3 for 1. The current exchange. Liquid reeling from the Lord take.
But their unit is way too solid. The super fam way too strong. It's only Oheb. It's only Sanji. Can they defend this?
Okay, the turret's going to go down in the mid. It's still Sanji and Oheb. And that might be all Onic Philippines gets off that one.
Another Pyrrhic victory for Liquid. Yes, you get the Lord, but at what cost?
Seems like that's always the question at the end of all these fights. Every fight they're forced into, that slow 5v5, it's expensive for them. They lose more than they gain. But what can they gain with this Lord? As Onic will have to go fall back to base, wait for Kirk. Let's see if they'll be able to stop it before it gets to the tower. There will be enhanced minions coming out though for Liquid, so they might be able to start a siege.
Gentlemen, if you'll remember, Kirk is comfortable playing this way.
Yeah.
He won a major international championship in Indonesia, Mobile Masters, by playing a CC with 8 deaths. So he's fine, like that's what he's used to doing. He's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
I would say you won't like him when he's angry. You know, Kirk, that's what he likes to do. And that's his playstyle sometimes. He fits the bill here, and this time they're going to manage this Lord. Onic Philippines on the defense. We'll see if Tlph decides to go. Conceal's going to be dropped in.
And the shortcut follows through. In comes tlph. JP gets blasted. Kelra drops the summon for Sanji with a fair airstrike. In comes straight from the back line. Down goes JP. Kelra gets a kill.
And they're going. Kirk still looking for Sanford. Tlph trying to get out of there. But Sanford just accepts his fate as he's going to go down by Kirk.
Kirk gets one, and the rest of Onic clap back. Gets sent via the neighbors, and down goes Sanji. It all went sideways for the cavalry.
On point of the diversion again, but Tlph sees one. He might need to get out of here though. He doesn't even decide to clear up the minion waves because his baby cakes needs him.
It's just baby cakes left. They can't defend against 5 members of the Super Fam.
Ohad's going to stare him down, and Carl can't get back in time.
Kelra drops the Salmon Force. Got a chunky wave of minions to come through, and Onic scores 2-1.
Onic Philippines have now overtaken Team Liquid in this race to 4. It's still a tight race though, but Liquid need to go back to the drawing board. Onic have shown 2 drafts that have them ready.